up, family? Bring it in. Top of the morning, even though it's afternoon, guys. Listen, I know y'all probably missed me. Been handling a lot of affairs in here, getting everything lined up as, guys, the greatest generational wealth transfer is underway. Probably some of the most harshest times that you're going to see as far as what comes with this financial reset, the financial uptick, the divide between the haves and the have-nots is occurring as we speak. We just broke through, had our FOMC meeting where Jay Powell alerted the fact that they're going to be going into preparing for interest rate cuts, which is why you're starting to see that market stabilize. Over since Monday, we kind of saw a dump, not only from the crypto markets, but it was kind of weird. I was seeing crypto, gold, precious metals, and then the stock market were all in the same just dip off a downtrend. At first, I thought maybe somebody had pumped up the market, but this was something even more drastic. This was, those figureheads kind of moving money. You kind of saw how things kind of rebalanced, but you can kind of tell how fickle we're doing right now as far as the financial economy based off of anybody really paid attention. You're not supposed to have all sectors just fall. If stocks fall, crypto is supposed to be going up. Crypto and the stock market are not supposed to be moving in tandem, more or less, falling and gaining at the same time. Neither is gold and silver, but like I said, just things to phase in on. Tapping in on the spot price of Bitcoin, we're sitting back up here at 42,753, going back to 43. We had that dip down to 40,000. XRP sitting back up at 62 cents, going towards 63 cents. We had that dip all the way from 66 cents down to 60 cents, which of course, we're looking for that hold above 66 cents to be kind of like that confirmation as we make the next leg up. But understand, we're all aiming in the date and the timeline that we're really expecting for is for things to clinch off. One, coming to 2024, so at the end of this month, but realistically leading into that Bitcoin halving as well as April. Something interesting, as I mentioned with gold, as everything's starting to rally back up, where we have these spikes, come on, look at Bitcoin. Where we have these spikes, where it just picked back up. Where did it drop down to? 40,000. This is the daily now. From 40,000 to move almost to 43,000, actually did hit 43,000. That's crazy. I didn't notice that. You got that spike that occurred. Same thing occurring with gold, which is up, 2%, which is a lot for this, how gold moves. Mind you, it took, almost 15 years to move, $300, $400. So $50 move is gold ripping. But we had that bounce off and rip at the same time that we had all that stuff that announced from the FOMC basically saying that they're bringing a hold to it. Something else interesting that the FOMC did mention was the fact that Jay Powell there is no them bringing the price down. We all should have known this, where people are like, I can't wait for things to go back. I was telling my friend, I was like, when was the last time you seen a gas station or a grocery store, the price of something went up and they brought it back down? I'll give you time. Coca-Cola was 25 cents at one point. You're going to get used to this. And if you're not investing, if you're not in these assets, guys, understand, it's going to be a rough one to rock with. Guys, tapping in. Something big here. U.S. Securities Exchange Commission saw this from Lou's page, made me deep dive. Of course, it's speculation. We don't know necessarily what this means, but they've removed all XRP settlement scheduling off the docket. Now, what this generally alludes to is the fact that they might have come to a settlement with XRP. That's why there's no scheduling, because otherwise there's no real reason of why you would just pull off the settlement schedule that you already had placed. We have a settlement done. So it's not like they're like, oh yeah, we reignited the case. No, they've already agreed to settle. That's already been signed off. This was the scheduled date, but of course there was the fact that that was the deadline was in what was that? April was the deadline. Well, we got this stuff that's removed off here as we crunch into this beginning of this year, guys. Keep this on the back of your heads. There could be a possible settlement floating around. Settlement could be done already, right? And we're just waiting for that information to be revealed. But it's just things to keep up. There's no reason why they would pull the scheduling off the docket, right? Unless they were done with that, right? Hey, just something to tap in with. Something big here as well. Everybody's flipping around. Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz says he was dead wrong about XRP and Ripple. Let's tap into the video.
I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50% of them. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong. Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution. The XRP army is real. They care about their ecosystem and their coin.
This is the keynote of, guys, you got to know what you hold, and if you're basing what you're doing off of what big money's telling you, and you haven't learned, you obviously haven't been in these markets long enough. You weren't involved in the meme stock era. You weren't involved in that where you got burned sitting up there listening. You ever heard of the reverse Kramer effect, right? They will always spin back around and twist, turn, and do, be in the same assets that they told you, hey, no, stay away. No. Same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the institutional coin now, right? Funny how that was, Bitcoin is so speculative. You don't want to buy this. You can't. Well, guess who the number one holders of those are? Come on now with it. Pulling on through. Big news here, guys. And this lines up to the fact that we all want to know, how could XRP hit 10,000 per coin, right? Well, here we go, guys. What we've all been sitting here, the FASB has, which again, and we'll read through this, but I just want to kind of give you our outline, made a rule that now cryptos are sold at the fair market value. Fair market value is decided between the buyer and the seller, right? So again, with us saying that XRP is pitting to gold, right? And we're saying that they're going to transact that amount as though it's gold, right? That's agreed upon between the buyer and the seller. Of course, it's the institutionals, right? Hey, guys, it's pulling on through, but let's look at it. According to a report from Bloomberg, New Financial Accounting Standard Board, FASB, rules have stated that crypto will now be measured at fair value. Moreover, the report notes that these accounting rules are set to go into effect in 2025. However, they are opposed to have mass implication in crypto holdings when they do. The report notes that the companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla will be able to capture both highs and lows of their cryptocurrency holdings. According to the new rules, additionally, a token's fair value is an estimation of the price which an asset is purchased when both the buyer and the seller agree upon the price freely. This is basically saying the buyer and the seller determine what the worth is of that asset. We're getting to tokenization of asset, guys. This rule is allowing that to occur. Tokenizing houses, this is between the buyer and the seller, what that sells for, right? New crypto accounting rule says tokens will be measured fair value for taking over. Over the last several months, growing premise of digital assets has been undeniable. Indeed, an ascension of Bitcoin has been a key story of the financial sector throughout this year. Moreover, the potential approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF has seemingly fast-tracked regulatory discussion. You're seeing all these regulations bust out, guys, as we get close to this Bitcoin ETF that we don't know what's going to happen. I put my money that it does, right? Now, let's come through it. Because, again, BlackRock gets what BlackRock wants. Now, according to the new accounting rules put in place, crypto is set to be measured in fair market value under FASB rules. Bloomberg reported the development and further noted that these changes were not to go into effect next year. Specifically, they would officially begin integrating in 2025. The accounting rule states that any company that holds Bitcoin, BTC, or Ethereum will not be required to record those tokens at fair value. So basically, this is excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're going to say, hey, y'all utilize those because those aren't really meant to be utilized for tokenization of things. This is aiming towards assets and coins that are going to be dealing with tokenization, cross-border settlement. Who would that be? Yes, sir. XRP. Put it down through. Last report here. Very. Subsequently, this is a measurement that is used to determine the most accurate and up-to-date value of an asset. Additionally, the report states that fair value changes will be reported as net income. Guys, you're seeing the line up here with this rule. This is the golden ticket. This is the keynote of how, okay, so their tokenization is the future. There is no doubt about it. They basically have now got out a rule that's basically saying, hey, what if there's a system running up on these tokens, whatever those buyers and sellers agree the price is, that's what it is going to be sold for. Similar to what goes on in stores, right? Similar to what goes on with gas, even though this will be a little bit more fair market than any of that, right? Putting on through last little part. We're not going to read through it, but just something I want everybody to see how massive success was. Last month, Ripple swells drew more than 600 global leaders in payment finance service blockchain policy to the buy for conversation upon the business of crypto, guys. And like I said, y'all can go through and read this off the Ripple official page, but I just wanted everybody to be reminded again, don't get caught up in the woes. The time is now to be stacking those coins, because when it goes, it goes. And understand we're in that cycle we build up. I pulled up a chart with this Bitcoin halving cycle comes with its dips and those flows, right? It's funny how you could have been panicked out because it went down to 40,000, and here we are, going right back to where it dropped down from. Things are heating up. Get yourself prepared. As I mentioned, not financial advice, stack your coins, just telling you what I'm doing, guys. The greatest generation of wealth transfer underway, guys. Listen, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're getting close to 1,200 subscribers, guys. We're trying to hit 2,000 family members for my birthday in March, guys. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. I appreciate y'all boys making a dream come true. And listen, until the next one, baby. Much love. Yes, sir.